He said nothing is fresh is the best is. Whoever than himself, he the best is. Impressive. How you rhyming and he be like I said back in 96 to beat. He in the streets earbuds. Fuck the beats and be cursing like a sailor. I so out he be writing grander. Those they give you remember the Titan tablet like Perseus. Uncle Tom was like a white man. Stay about his money. Let me in the ear like you Tyson. And I hear he laid back guy's feet up when he rapping. And the traffic stands still. They freeze when he say action. A small fraction might walk away simply because of distraction. But always getting back. I think it's because I'm so attracted. The attractions in my trapping. Roll over to the masters on my Oscar De La Renta dog. Get with the classics. It's on your downfall. Make a beat to go and match it. I take a seat and relax. Scratch the beat and keep rapping.
Different world. Ooh, and where you come, different world. Ooh, and where you come, different world. Ooh, and where you come from. The city is loud, yeah.
A chef on the glass, work on the plate, show my ass. Got the skills to pay the bills, but expensive taste make waste haste to your face. And baby, take this creme fresh to your face. Whoa, not like that, gotta make sure it's seasoned right. You ever served 160 within a 300C? Humanity testing your sanity. After you were dropping a hole, no light, no more fight. But that get that time, we must do the crime. After 12, we feel one, say stories to tell about going through hell. How you almost fell, how you messed up that VIP's Cornell. This life in the kids, so you got a quick glimpse of what it means to hustle, bustle through our eye muscle. It's crazy, it's crazy. This profession's not for the lazy, cause it's a
different world. Ooh, and where you come, different world. Ooh, and where you come, different world. Ooh, and where you come from. The city is loud, yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, and if we fall less on our goal, you can decide, we can take care. Hey, just remember that you can too.
It's a different world, man, I'm on some different shit. 250 nowadays for a pair of kicks. I remember when James was like $130, but to rock what I got in my stock, you're unworthy. Foam posits on my feet, never laced up. Foam posits on my feet with the fresh cut. Cargos with the dope t-shirt to match. Wait a minute, hold on, let me check the back of the trunk. Pull them sixes out, feeling like Brian and Dwayne. Feeling fresh in this game like a champ. Got them Jeremy Scotts on the feet with the wings. I'm fly above means, above all. Just to get fresh like God getting these kicks. You gotta stand in line overnight, wait for these shits camp out. Had these for 3 weeks before they even came out. It's a
different world. Ooh, and where you come, different world. Ooh, and where you come, different world. Ooh, and where you come from. The city is loud, yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, and if we fall less on our goal, you can decide, we can take care. Hey, just remember that you can too. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. Where you come from. Ooh, and where you come from.
Oh, I hate traveling, but you get to one destination safely. Everything should be fine at that point. This kid Gravity. How's everybody doing? I know I was supposed to do the show yesterday, but like I said, we were traveling and the flight got horribly delayed. So we had to sit in the airport for a little while. And then, by the time we got settled in New York and got to where we had to go, it was just too tiring for me to do it. I just wanted to eat and relax and decompress. So I know the show is early, but I'm doing something a little later, and I got to prepare for the United Justice Coalition Summit that is tomorrow in Manhattan. Oh, that is going to be fun, folks. And I was actually, before the show started, doing some research on some of the participants. But for y'all, I'm going to show y'all who's there. And best believe I will be going live throughout the day on the way there, then going while I am there. And then hopefully, when they have these panels, they open up the floor so I could go live on there and ask a question, because we know how they are. They only answer one question and then they kick you off because they want to keep the flow going. But yeah, so like I said, we're in New York for the next few days. It's going to be fun. I felt like I escaped the Georgia heat and the damn thing followed us, but this is why it's summertime and you're supposed to wear shorts, even though I wore sweatpants, but it is what it is. So before we get into the, well, actually it is part of it. We got a lot to talk about, folks, a lot to talk about. So the title of the show today is The Chess Game for the Hearts of Black America. And yes, the chess game. This is what politics is. It's a chess game. Who makes the best moves, who will checkmate the people into voting for them. And it takes a variety of things. We got the pawns. Those are usually the bootlicks who go outside and claim they talk for us, but they don't talk for us, and they say the wrong things because they want to appeal to everybody else instead of who they are and who they represent. And then now they get taken off the board because back in the day, if we want to equate it to a chess game, the pawns usually get to move back and forth and they stay on the board. Nowadays, they're getting taken. And of course, you got the rook pieces, the ones that only move straight. Those are usually New Black Media. What is up, Torian? How are you doing down in DMV? I hope you are staying cool. But the rooks, they move one direction down, one direction over. That's us in the New Black Media. We don't move. We keep it. We have one goal, and we will go around you to make sure that you can't escape. You can't get off the board. You're going to have to pick a side. We got the knights that move in the L shape. Those are usually the coons. Because you think, well, they're not, yeah, we could call them coons. Because they'll talk. No, actually, those are the ones that go and try to sound like us. And then they make the L shape. So, like I said, with the bootlicks as the pawns, those are like your celebrity people who try to sound like us, but then they start talking about, other groups like Uncle Luke, like them. So those are your knights. Then you have the bishops who go diagonal, usually in a downward trajectory, depending on how you're looking at the board. Those are the conservatives, the TV and the YouTubers. Yeah, those guys. And then, of course, the king and queen, that's white supremacy. So that's a brief outline of this. But like I said yesterday, folks, today, tomorrow, I am going to the United Justice Coalition Summit in Midtown Manhattan. Oh, this is the reason why I had to come to New York, folks. I got questions. I got to see how bad this was. Now, originally, I was really going to go because I wanted to go get Tamika Mallory. I need to confront her about something. And Jay-Z, if I could get that close. Probably can't get that close, but, Kind of find out now, I don't even think they'll be attending because they're not listed on the page. But, folks, the panels have been created. They have their speakers there, their discussions. But you've got to see this dais, folks. Oh, this dais is going to be fun. The dais of people that they have hand selected to talk to the hundreds of people that will be there. Let's begin. So we have Dr. Alfie Breland Noble. Like I said, I was doing research before I started this program just to see who was who, because a lot of these faces I've never seen before. So, brief DuckDuckGo searches, and I found out about this woman. She's a psychologist. I'm not laughing at the fact she's a psychologist. I'm laughing at what I'm going to tell you next. BIPOC mental health nonprofit AAKOMA, which means that she's a Black, Indigenous, and people of color mental health nonprofit founder of something called the AACOMA. Now, for some reason, I went to their website and they did not list what AAKOMA means. So I was like, okay, this is fine, whatever. I mean, it sounds like she's doing good work. And then we found the word, folks, that made me change my mind about this person. Intersectional. That's right. She has intersectional more than once throughout her website. So I already know what this is about. Moving on. Next person. For a second, I thought this was Rachel Maddow and Bob Saget doing the fusion dance. That's what I originally thought. But nope. This is Trisha Rojo, Bushnell, Rojo, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. She works for the Innocence Project in the Midwest. She's their leader. So for those who know what the Innocence Project is, that's where they have that's where for pro bono work they get people who are unjustly incarcerated exonerated. Shout out to Dark Skin Brother 2. Welcome. So yeah, she's there. So hold that name because that name is going to be important later. Keep going. Paul Butler. Again, another person I've never heard of before. Had to look him up. He's a law professor at Georgetown. Okay, that's fine. Next person up. Couldn't be New York without having this woman here. Gwen Carr. Eric Garner's mom. Not even, I have nothing to say. Could change tomorrow depending on what she says. Could change, but we keep going. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, folks. Oh, yes. Charlemagne the Coon. Charlemagne the Buck Dancer. Whatever you want to call him. Charlemagne the God. He's going to be leading the panel. I'll show you in a little while. But yes, he is confirmed. Man, oh man, don't let me talk to this man. Give me 5 minutes with this man. Oh, please give me 5 minutes with this man. But let's continue. Jerry Clayton. Again, another person I don't know. I had to look him up. He is the sheriff of Washtenaw County in Michigan. First one. First black one they've had ever. Okay. Star Cooper. Googled her. Did find anything. So I don't know who the hell she is or what she does. Moving on. Marcy Croft. Now, she kind of looks like that Amanda Seyfried, whatever I don't know how to say her last name. Again, another person I've never heard of before. They just getting everybody there. So apparently when I looked her up, she's recognized as a top 10 lawyer by the National Trial Lawyers Association from each state or region. So she mostly focuses on civil rights. So I guess can't knock it. Not going to knock it. Everybody has a purpose in life. Let's continue. Remember what I said about that law professor? Y'all gotta give me a second. Whoever leads this plane of existence or created it, I am but one of many billions of souls, trillions if you want to get that technical. But please, Please let me have 5 minutes alone in a corner with this man. Please. Benjamin Crump must know the name of Kid Gravity. Please, folks. I don't know if you're a singular person or a tag team, but please allow me to have this. Do it for the culture. Please let me talk to Brian Crump alone for 5 minutes. I have some questions. And why is this man's hands together like he's praying? Let's continue. Tiffany Crutcher, Dr. Tiffany Crutcher, because I know if I don't say doctor and they see this video, they say I'm misogynic and toxic, and they don't want to see a black man acknowledge a black woman and her credentials. So that is the twin sister of Mr. Terrence Crutcher, who was killed in Tulsa, Oklahoma, way back when. And she's also, I think, on the board for Justice for Greenwood. I think they're talking about getting reparations for the Tulsa massacre. Again, that's very noble. Have nothing bad to say. Let's continue. Veronica Ballard Cunningham. So they traded in Tamika Mallory in Jay-Z and just added people we don't know. Again, this woman, it took a little work, but found out that she is the executive director of the American Probation and Parole Association, a professional membership association made up of over 30,000 probation, parole, and pretrial professionals at all levels in the juvenile and adult sectors, as well as judges, educators, researchers, and law enforcement officials. So she's basically has the prison Avengers, penal system Avengers. I guess that's what we'll call them. The PSA. We'll call them that. Interesting to see what she's going to talk about tomorrow. But let's continue. Michael Eric Dyson. Folk. Now, y'all know me and this man. I dislike this man with a passion, blood. I want 10 minutes with this man alone. Sir, you, like I said before, way back when, you've got a problem when BET interviews not only you, but they interview you after they interview Jesse Lee Peterson. Put them both up, and apparently Jesse Lee Peterson gets more positives and more positive commentary in the comment thread than you do. We have a problem, folks. We seriously have a problem. So like I said, whoever created this plane of existence, let me have 10 minutes with this man by myself, because I have questions. But let's continue. Where are my George Floyd riders at? Where y'all at? If you're in New York and you got a problem with Keith Ellison, they still have tickets to this. It's on their website. I think it's like ujc.com/summit. Y'all might have to go up there and see this man, Keith Ellison. B first is, what's up? Folk, this man is actually going to be in New York City. FBA's in New York. B1, ADOS. Keith Ellison is going to be in Midtown Manhattan tomorrow. I think the fam needs to go up to him and ask a collective question. Why did you not give Chauvin the death penalty, sir? Why not? Why did Muhammad Noir do time? We've got questions. But of course, I know he ain't gonna want to answer those kind of questions. He's gonna want the soft questions. Don't let me be in that panel. I might even ask him why he didn't call out the black conservatives. But I'll figure out what I'm going to ask him tomorrow if I happen to be in that panel and they have a Q&A session. I'll figure out a nice question for him. But let's continue. Alyssa Finley. Again, more people I've never heard of. I'm looking. I looked. I didn't. I still have. I think I don't know who she is. Folk. I don't know who she is. I tried my best. I spent all day. If DuckDuckGo don't know you, we got a problem. I didn't see this yesterday. Wait a minute. She has an Instagram. Is this her? She lost. She left it. Okay, her Instagram is gone. Yeah, like I said, I was looking for information on this lady all day yesterday. Couldn't find a thing. So I don't know who she is. She do look like Joy Reid, though. Maybe that's why they brought her in. All right, let's continue. Jason Flom. Damn. They just scraping the bottom of the barrel. So he's the founder of Lava Records and was previously the chairman of Atlantic Records and Virgin Records / Capitol Music Group. He's also an advocate for those who have allegedly been wrongfully convicted. So they traded out Jay-Z for him. Okay, say less. Moving on. Maggie Frelling. Yeah. That silence means I don't know who this is. She's a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter and producer based in New York City, focusing on wrongful convictions, the criminal legal system, and social issues. And she has 3 podcasts: Wrongful Conviction with Maggie Frelling, Murder in Alliance, and Unjust and Unsolved, focusing on wrongful convictions and the crimes that are whatever. Okay. Curious to see what she says. Hold on. B first, what do you mean the messages are retracted? PGH Big Dog, what's up? YouTube bugging? Hold on 1 second. Thank you for alerting me to that. Let me see. Videos. But anyway, y'all tell me if y'all staying cool out here. I know it's hot everywhere. Let's see. I mean, it looks fine. I don't have any. I'm looking at the feed from YouTube. Everybody's messages there. I don't know. I will monitor it, though. Thank you for letting me know that. It's on someone else, Black. You good, sir? Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Yeah, we're starting to climb up with the people in the room. So just make sure y'all share this out. I know this is an early show and it's the wrong I know it's the wrong day to do it, but like I said, I traveled yesterday and I was just tired, and I needed some of that New York Jamaican food because the Jamaican food in Atlanta is lacking. Dark Skin Brother said, "Oh Jesus, we got up to 97 yesterday in Greenville, Mississippi. Heat index was over 100. Yeah, ugh. I mean, we left yesterday and it was raining. That's why our flight got delayed. So, but I think it jumped to like 92 at the end of the day. Yes, up here in New York, it's supposed to be like almost 100 tomorrow, and the outfit that I'm wearing, I'm second guessing it, but I kind of wanna wear it because it's kind of old school. But I don't know. We'll see. It depends. You know what I'll do before I leave? I'll wear it and stand outside for like 60 seconds. If I can't stand it there, I mean, even though I'll be inside, I might just do the remix, but we'll see. B1 first said hottest Hades in Virginia. I can imagine. I ain't gonna lie. When I was on the plane yesterday, flying over Atlantic City and what was that other place? Virginia Beach. I was like, people had all their boats out, and I know they were enjoying life yesterday. Them damn supremacists. Fuck them. Anyway, yes, dark skin brother. I plan to stay cool. I don't know. I'm not wearing the Timbs because I was planning on wearing Timbs, but I'm not wearing Timbs in 100-degree weather. Hell no. Even if I pull the tongue down and leave them unlaced, I'm not wearing those. Hell no. B1 said I'm rocking black today anyway. Yeah, I always wear black. See, I'm wearing this. My wife got me this for our anniversary, so I had to rock Bell from Willie Dynamite. You know. But yeah, let's finish this up. I got a few more names for this social justice summit that I'm going to tomorrow. Barry Friedman, another Jewish man. Hey, so we got 2 so far. So let's see what he's about. Let's see, Barry. What is your name, sir? Because again, another person I've never heard of, Barry Friedman. Okay. Let's see. So I'm assuming it's this one, even though they don't have a picture. If this is him, it says he's an American academic and one of the country's leading authorities on constitutional law, police, criminal procedure, and federal courts, working at the intersections of law, politics, and history. And he's currently at the NYU School of Law. Okay. Craig Haney. Now that name to me sounds a little familiar, but I'm not going to assume. So let's see what Craig Haney does. He is an American social psychologist and professor at the University of California at Santa Cruz. Noted for his work on the study of capital punishment and the psychological impact of imprisonment and prison isolation since the 1970s. He's a researcher on the Stanford Prison Experiment. Which was designed to examine the effects of situational variables on participants' reactions and behaviors in a 2-week simulation of a prison environment. They paid $15 a day to male students who wanted to participate in a psychological study of prison life. Volunteers were chosen after assessments of psychological stability and randomly assigned to being prisoners or prison guards. Critics have questioned the validity of these methods. Those volunteers selected to be guards were given uniforms specifically to de-individuate them and instructed to prevent prisoners from escaping. The experiment officially started when prisoners were arrested by real Palo Alto police. Over the following 5 days, psychological abuse of the prisoners by the guards became increasingly brutal. After Christina Maslach visited to evaluate the conditions, she was so upset to see how study participants were behaving that she confronted Zimbardo, who is psychology professor Philip Zimbardo of Stanford University. He ended the experiment on the 6th day. The Stanford prison experiment has been referred and critiqued as one of the most unethical psychology experiments in history. The harm inflicted on the participants prompted universities worldwide to improve their ethics requirements for human subject experiments to prevent them from being similarly harmed. Other researchers have found it difficult to reproduce the study, especially given those constraints. I would love to know how many black folks participated in this. Love to do that. But I'm sure they probably destroyed those records. Okay, Craig. Have fun. Let's continue. Cheryl Denise Henderson. Let's see what you do. Again, I looked her up. It's not coming up with anything. Nothing. Okay. Moving on. Sure, I'll find out what she does. Letitia James. Again, let me have 10 minutes with this woman. I'm actually going to stop here because I need to go off on somebody. It's not her. She's actually going to escape this. But if I see her tomorrow, I need to talk to her for 10 minutes. You already know what I'm going to ask her about. But this person I'm about to go off on, ladies and gentlemen, and I really like this person. I really do. I think, I saw a documentary about them on Netflix. And, I grew up hearing the legends, but just to see the videos and hear it from this person's words, it put a lot of what I heard as a young kid in context. But this bullshit I read yesterday pissed me the fuck off. Like, I was disappointed in this. And I was disappointed in this person for doing this. Now, it was a good cause. I'm not saying that. But for who it came from, nah. Dun 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 dun. Bo Jackson reveals he donated $170,000 to funerals of Uvalde victims. Quote, "It just touched me." Matter of fact, we finna do it like this. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to do it like that. Here's where pissed me off, number one. Now, he started off as an anonymous donor. We didn't even know he gave the money, which is typical of things like this, especially with celebrities. A lot of celebrities don't want you to know that they donated to something because they know not only the political ramifications, but the hurting of their brand is going to be in jeopardy. But you came out and said that you gave this money. You could have stayed quiet, Mr. Jackson. You could have. But like Dark Skin Brother said, you didn't give a penny to Buffalo. And those were black folks. Is it because those people were adults? In an interview with the Associated Press on Thursday, the athlete, Bo Jackson, 59, revealed that he was an anonymous donor 3 days after the shooting at Robb Elementary took place. Jackson, who didn't grow up in the area or know anyone affected, felt compelled to help as the town had been a regular stop for food and groceries during his many long drives west. Excuse me. Uvalde is a town that sticks in your mind. Just the name, Jackson said. I don't know a soul there. It just touched me. Problem number 2, Mr. Bo Jackson. I get that you said that. That's fine. Drives out west. That's fine. Because I think when you played, they were still driving buses to the towns. That's fine. Sir, you played football as well, and you've been in Buffalo. Maybe not at the same frequency, sir. But the mere fact that black people have put you on a pantheon of some of our greatest athletes ever, you didn't return the favor, my man. You had $170,000 to give Uvalde, Texas. You didn't think to say, okay, you know what? Buffalo happened before this. You didn't think to give them money? Now, you might have. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You might have done it. You want to stay anonymous, which would be stupid as hell, because why would you come out for this one and not come out for the Buffalo one? I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to give you that assumption. I'm going to give you that grace. But, sir, you gave them $170,000. I showed weeks ago the GoFundMe after this happened. Buffalo was still sitting at under $3 million. Uvalde got over $5.2 million. I think the people in Buffalo could have used 170 more to cover funeral expenses than Uvalde. That's just my opinion. But I mean, goddamn. Here we go. As a father of 3, the two-sport athlete also connected to the victims' families, many of whom were parents saying goodbye to their children. Quote, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old, Jackson told the outlet. It's just not right for parents to bury their kids. It's just not right. Sir? Again, I ask, is it because a lot of the victims in Buffalo were older people? So we're going to play that game of we're going to compare human life. Y'all don't want to play that game. I'm going to warn y'all right now. Especially you, sir. You don't want to play that game. Because once again, you have a voice. When you say things like that, people are going to take that and interpret it however they want. I interpreted it as you thought because the Buffalo people were older, I think except a couple of them were in their 30s, that was cool, that you can ignore them, not donate anything. But because these were children, now you're saying that their lives were more valuable and more worth your time than people that look like you. That's how it's going to come off as. And I'm sure the conservatives are happy as hell that you went outside and gave money to Uvalde. I'm sure they are. This disappointed me, sir. I know every family there probably works their butts off to just do what they do. I'm going to read that again. I know every family there probably works their butts off just to do what they do. The last thing they needed was to shell out thousands of dollars for something that never should have happened. Sir, what did you think they did in Buffalo? I'm sorry. Maybe I missed it. Sir, all those families shelled out thousands of dollars to bury their loved ones. What? North Buffalo is, from what they said, I can't confirm it. I could, but they said that it was a working poor section of the city. They didn't work their butts off. So they don't get that kind of recognition. They don't get that. Okay. Yeah, this right here, Bo disappointed me on this. 3 days after the tragedy, Jackson and a close friend flew to Uvalde, which is outside of San Antonio, to meet with Governor Greg Abbott and present a check for $170,000 to pay for all funeral expenses. So you flew to Texas from Alabama to personally give this white man that check. But you didn't go to New York from Alabama to offer at least condolences to black people getting murdered by a white supremacist. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt for a second. I'm going to see if you said something about what happened in Buffalo. I'm looking down on DuckDuckGo. I do not see your name attached to anything regarding the Buffalo massacre. And I'm still going down the page. Even Trump said something, albeit very briefly. You posted videos. You posted a video, the riots. Afro Elite, what's up? So to recap, Bo Jackson was revealed to be an anonymous donor who donated $170,000 to pay for the funeral costs of the Uvalde victims. What didn't drop a 1 red cent, or at least show his face, for the Buffalo massacre. But the media is championing this as a great thing. Sir, you might as well have stayed quiet. You might as well have stayed quiet. I understand now why our emerging master teachers tell us those that we hold in high regard need to be questioned. Bo Jackson's a great athlete. He was a great athlete. Like I said, I saw that documentary on Netflix that ESPN did about him. Very good. Very good. This ain't it, man. This is not it. Just because you drove through a town and got food, that doesn't link you to that town. That is a bad rationale, sir. Very bad. Because like I said, you played football. You went to Buffalo a few times. If we're going to use that rationale, you should have given Buffalo something. I don't get it, folks. I don't. And every day it's just another one that comes outside to say something stupid. The chess games for the hearts of Black America. I'm surprised nobody else said something about this. I would have questioned him right there. Associated Press let him off. I don't know why they did that. They should have asked him point blank, well, did you do anything for Buffalo? But this just further proves that everybody forgot about Buffalo. I don't get it. Whatever. Let's continue. Sky, I don't know. Let's continue. So there's that. But yeah. I'm glad Afro was in the building because I got to talk about this. Now, I can't show the video here, but I know he know what I'm talking about. This shooting that happened up in Chicago where they shot that 13-year-old boy. Now he's paralyzed. Again, I can't show the video because I know YouTube will flag the video down the second they see it. And I can't really get creative on how I do it because even showing the running part would get me dinged. Yet they have channels on here that show the entire interaction with police and other people, and they actually show the gunshots, but they still have the videos up. So we already know how they work. So the family's already lawyered up. They're saying he's paralyzed. Some people are saying he's not paralyzed. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully Afro is still in there. Maybe he could say something. I don't know. I'm trying to find some. Everybody got a video. I don't want the video. I want an article. Okay, here we go. WGN9 out there in Chicago. Newly released body camera video footage captured the moment a Chicago officer shot a 13-year-old boy, leaving him paralyzed. Yeah, but Trump was the problem, right? I think it's just going to keep going. WGN News obtained surveillance video and the officer body camera footage of the shooting that happened May 18th on the city's west side. So that was all the way back in May. So 3 months. Took them 3 months to release this. 13-year-old's family filed a federal lawsuit against the officer in the Chicago Police Department. Surveillance footage from a gas station on the corner of Cicero and Chicago Avenue showed the moment the 13-year-old AG, as he's referred to in the lawsuit, was shot by a CPD officer. The video captures police running after the team. When he turns around appearing to have his hands up, he is then shot by an officer. A weapon was not found at the scene. Police said the 7th grader took off running after he got out of a stolen vehicle. In part of the video, officers are seen moving the teen away from the gas pumps. WGN News has decided not to show this portion of the video. Why not? CPD said they moved AG because they were concerned the gas pumps may be combustible based on the shots fired in their direction. Well, if it was... What? That makes no sense. Police said the 7th grader took off running after he got out of a stolen vehicle. In part of the video, officers are seen moving the teen away from the gas pumps. WGN News has decided not to show this portion of the video. CPD says they moved AG because they were concerned the gas pumps may be combustible based on the shots fired in their direction. Did you puncture the gas pumps or not? If you didn't puncture it, there's no problem. The 13-year-old's family feels the shooting was not justified and now suing the city and police department. They said the team may never walk again. The civilian officer of police accountability is investigating the shooting. The officer who shot the team has been assigned desk duty pending the outcome of COPA's investigation, which means he's still getting paid. But y'all, Stacey Abrams talking about some, we need to give more money to the cops and teachers. Cop City needs to go forward in Georgia. New York needs anti-crime. We see how well that's working. And don't let that 182 guns that they showed on that table yesterday dissuade you from not thinking that there needs to be serious reform, because that's just to lull you to sleep to keep voting for Democrats. Leona Hale got shot by KCPD. Still no body cam footage. What does that tell you? That tells me something. That tells me they're trying to hide something. But this 13-year-old young boy may never walk again. Because he jumped out of a stolen car. 4 of y'all. 4 cops. 13-year-old boy with no gun on him. Y'all couldn't take him down. Y'all had to shoot him. Hands up. Y'all had to shoot him. None of y'all could have just kicked his ass. None of that. Y'all had to shoot him. How do we know you dragging him away from the gas tank wasn't what paralyzed him? Maybe y'all shifted the bullet. But it's black to blue, right? Okay. I need to be cheered up. A little bit. So, I would like to thank everyone who saw the video, the Jamaican girl video. I'd like to thank y'all for that. That video has been doing quite well. I know I had to go smack the cousins around a little bit. But the cousins need to get smacked around a little bit. Because the cousins been wilding out a little bit. So, like I said, I'd like to thank all y'all for viewing that video. And just to show y'all how it's been looking. Let me see. Yeah, I think y'all can see that. Yeah. Crap. Hold on. Maybe too much. Yeah. So almost 3,500 views. This is easily my this is my highest viewed video ever. So I'd like to thank y'all for that. Dark Skin Brother says something. He said, voting for them is like voting to see which side kills you next. Precisely. But see, we got to vote for what we need, not for who's going to give it to you. And we got to make sure for the next 3 months we push that message onto the electorate, whoever is going to vote. Go local and go state. Make sure you influence those, because you can indirectly affect the power in Washington. But, you know, it's going to be a hard message because we got too many idiots who just look at Republican and Democrat and never dive underneath to see what these people are talking about and what they stand for. So, yes, back to this video. Thank you so much. And apparently nobody hates it. That was the most interesting part of this video. I had 172 likes and taking mine out, 171, but no dislikes. Nobody disliked it. So, 3,000 people understood what the hell I was saying. And for, FBA, even though y'all don't want to hear this, but there were a lot of Caribbean people in the comment section that agreed with you guys. I know that's, empty platitudes with y'all right now, but like I said in, Twitter Spaces and on here, we're out here. It's just you got to wade through a lot of the BS. Yeah, there's a lot. 221 comments. I mean, people were really going off on this, which is a good thing, because we need to get that message out there. Like, the Jamaicans are, I love my people to death, but they're wild. They talk too much. They gotta. It's better nowadays just to take your few victories and not say a word. Which brings me, folks, to a little impromptu roasting session. I got to roast my people again. And I don't want to do it, but they forced me into this. Because we are, like I told people once upon a time, and I said it when I had Beatzilla on the platform, when we found out Katanji was Jamaican. Jamaican people have a very bad habit of giving backhanded compliments and talking down on other people, but trying to disguise it as, they're just talking. Now, Jamaicans were trending this morning, and I was hoping that it was, either they saw my video and people were going off. Beatzilla PDX, what's up? I'm glad you're in the room, because you'll enjoy this. Like I said, I saw Jamaicans trending So I figured, hey, you know what? Maybe the Jamaicans, they saw my video and they were going off, but the views don't, they don't correlate with that. But, maybe they got some act right. Nope. They ain't get no act right. So apparently the World Championships are going on right now in Oregon. And the Jamaicans showed out again. But it's this interview that I'm about to show y'all folks. It got me heated. It got me heated. Not because they won. That's not what it was. What got me heated, folks, was the fact that they said something in here that I want y'all to peep before I go off on them. Now, on your screen is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. And everybody knows she's the fastest woman in the world right now. No, well, that's Elaine, but she's like the second fastest. But she's the more known name. Next to her is Dinah Asher. What is it? Dinah Asher Smith. Dinah Asher Smith. Now, she represents Great Britain. And she's of Jamaican descent as well. Now, BBC was interviewing Dinah because I think she had won a race just now, or she did very well. And Shelly-Ann photobombed it. That's what they call it, whatever. So BBC decided to ask her thoughts on how, the Jamaicans are doing and, things of that nature. But I want y'all to hear what Shelly-Ann said with a particular question. Here we go.
And I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful to be able to stand on the podium once more. It takes a lot of hard work, and year after year to replicate performances like from the previous year is always difficult, because you never know what each athlete will bring each year. So to be able to stand on the podium with a medal, any color medal, is a blessing, and I'm grateful that I was able to do that today.
Okay. That was a very humble question they asked. And that was a very humble response that she gave. Very humble. I didn't have a problem with that. Because you never know. Anything could happen in any race you do. You could get hurt. You could lose. Anything can happen. Here's where I got pissed off.
Be part of that race with the times that you're setting. You just all keep pushing each other.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad that female sprinters are definitely getting the recognition that we deserve. Year after year, we show up, we compete. And to be... No, we don't. Right? We're showing up. Nobody's under a rock. No. Yeah, we're all lined up and we're competing. And to see where female athletes are just dominating and they're strong and they're prepared mentally to just face whatever, I'm excited about that. And to see that, we have a Jamaican blood in Dina, of course, even though she's representing Great Britain. But to be able to stand on the podium and know how hard she works, and I'm glad that she's able to stand on the podium with us this evening. Oh, it's so cute.
Because there's such respect between you all.
Coon, you know what this is? No, what? Negro wake up call. I hope in 2 years Sha'Carri Richardson blows their doors off. I'm going to say it again. I want all of Jamaica from Kingston to Montego Bay to hear what I say right now. I hope Sha'Carri Richardson blows their doors off in Paris in 2 years. Whoever created this plane of existence. I want you to give Sha'Carri Richardson all of the power necessary and speed and mental acuity to blow these Jamaicans' doors off in Paris. Why? On a just win. On a do very well. Why on a can be humble, tech on a medals and on a prayers and go along somewhere? Why you have to take shot on the girl there? Listen, y'all know me. I had a problem with Sha'Carri, what she was doing. I had a problem with it because I didn't think she was focused. I understood her mom died. I get that, and that's very traumatic. But the weed thing, I didn't. That was a mistake. That was. I give her. I was like, that was not smart. You know better than that. You're in the middle of competition season. You're a black person. You know they're gonna be scrutinized. So I went hard on her because she should understand what kind of spotlight she's under. And the excuses she was making, trying to say it was the Russians and all that. I was like, no, ma'am, you know better. And then I defended her when, to quote what Tariq said, Oxtail Twitter decided to go take shots at her when she lost ninth. I said, okay, y'all should have just taken y'all win and shut up. Y'all sat there and took shots. I said, okay, this was after she was talking stuff and then she lost ninth. Okay, you were allowed. She didn't qualify for these events. She's still going to be on the Olympic team, but she didn't qualify for these. Why are y'all taking shots at her while she's not there? Y'all have been dominating the sport. Jamaica has been dominating track and field for the last 16 years. You guys have a dynasty. You have something that Jamaica can be proud of. Why are y'all gonna mess that up going on white people's media taking shots at this woman? Why? And now you're bringing this UK chick into it. It made no sense for y'all to do that. So that was already on your head. Because I guarantee if you were alone, you wouldn't have said this. You said this because she was there. And then she going to jump in on it and say, we don't hide. How the hell is she hiding? She didn't qualify. It's not like she didn't say, I'm not going. But then y'all come. I hope she blows y'all doors off. I really hope so. I hope she blows y'all's doors off. And she you know what? I'm going to even go a step further. Flojo, sorry for this, but I hope Sha'Carri breaks your record. I hope so. Just so the Jamaicans can't claim it. I hope so. This is another reason why people do not want to build with Caribbean and African people. This is another reason. I don't know. Y'all the same ones on that island talk about don't say nothing bad about somebody if you ain't got nothing to say. Y'all coming on TV now and saying and doing the exact of what you preach. You're just like the Jamaican girl I ripped up when I said, hey, you cannot be going in there dissing people, and then when something happened to you, you come right back and look for us to come help you. Now, if she does go to Paris and blow your doors off, they're going to play that interview over and over again. But I know how Jamaicans are. They're going to be like, oh, you know, we just said that so she can get motivated, so she can come outside. No. Black Americans not going to take that as that. They're going to say, listen, y'all lit something under her? Yes. But she blew y'all doors off. And y'all got to take that L. Jamaican racing is over. We coming for that. And y'all going to have to go sit down. That made no sense for y'all to come outside and do that. None. I don't want to do it. But I hope in Paris, Sha'Carri does this. I hope she does that to the Juliana Psyche. And the Juliana retire after that Olympics. This is how I swear to God, y'all, this is how I felt after I saw that clip and said I have to put this in the show. Y'all can't be quiet. Yes, I will admit it, folks. Jamaican people are loud people. I will finally admit it. It took me 36 years. I will admit it. We are a loud people. This is not a boxing match. This is not a wrestling match. You don't have to sell this fight. This fight has been sold for damn near going on 2 years now. Everybody wants to see Sha'Carri race y'all on a big stage like the Olympics. Allyson Felix just retired. It's Sha'Carri's game now. All eyes are on her. Hopefully her mind is right by the time Paris comes and she can go in there, focus, and blow y'all doors off. Things like this are y'all gonna go. So y'all go. You know what? Maybe this is the plan. Maybe y'all gonna walk into Paris as the bad guys. That's not it. That's not it. But let's continue. Aboriginal woman, what's up? Folk, y'all know I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. Part-time. Very part-time. I am a per diem rapper. That's what I'm calling myself. I'm a per diem rapper. I think I have bars. Y'all hear the opening of what I do. I'm the second verse. I think I'm okay. But folk, this right here, this ain't okay. I don't know what she was talking about. Y'all got to B-Zilla, you in the room still. You got to explain this to me. And I watch battle rap. I don't know what she was talking about.
Now I don't mean to boast, but I've also been from coast to coast, east and west. And I come with the most intensity, so I'd be the best to represent. Only seems fitting. Not only do I show up to the shows, put on a show, and my best clothes, I put on. So when it comes time for these guys to go to the polls and cast their votes, they take one look at your face, and you's going home. Ba-bum-ba-bum! Oh!
What the hell did she just say? What did she just say? Folks, I swear, you know what? I think I saw this girl in Washington on the mall when I went on January 6th. I swear, I think I saw her on the grass doing this. I think she goes around the country doing this. What was she talking about? I swear if Trump was still in office, I swear they would have been doing this on the Rose Garden. They would have did this there. What the hell is she talking? When I go to the polls, what are you talking about? I almost wrote battle bars to go at her over this, but I was like, I'm not even going to waste my time. What? I don't know what she was talking. Somebody translate this for me. I don't know what she was talking about. Somebody tell me what she was talking about. Y'all want to hear some better bars? I got somebody who got better bars. And she didn't and the bars are so great, she didn't have to say nothing. Yes. She didn't even say a word. And she got a Dom DeMarco. What were they talking about? What was she talking about? From the East Coast to the West Coast? I gotta admit, folks, even this person had a better haymaker than her.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Even Kamami had a better haymaker than her. And then you know what's funny? You know what's the funniest thing about battle rap is? When they try to do the guns, when they do the gun bars, and you know this person don't know nothing about no gun bars. No, Beatzilla, no, you're not going hard enough. The Cornfield Battle Rap Sessions, no, you're not going hard enough. That's the URL. That's the Ultimate Reptilian League. Lee Hill, welcome. Trump, Christie, Noem, 2024. I think Orange Tornado is running again. I mean, if he does, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But back to this comment. The Cornfield Battle Rap Sessions, Ultimate Reptilian League. I gotta play it again. She pissed me off. I gotta play it again. She made me mad.
Now, I don't mean to boast, but I've also been from coast to coast, east and west. And I come with the most intensity, so I'll be the best to represent. Only seems fitting. Not only do I show up to the shows, put on a show, and my best clothes, I put on. So when it comes time for these guys to go to the polls and cast their votes, they take one look at your face, and you's going home. Ba-bum-ba-bum! Oh!
Homie right here, he's like, thank God they're paying me to MC this. because I would be going home. She said, all right, for those who don't know about battle rap, when they do them gun bars, when she said bo 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 bo, she was basically trying to say her gun so big it shoot the head off a chicken. Her gun so big it shoot the horn off a bull. Her gun so big it'll shoot. I can't even say his name because then they'll say that I would make a terroristic threat. Her gun so big it'll shoot a hole in the floor. Her gun so big it shoot the ripple off a pool. That's how it sounds, folks. She actually wrote this down from coast to coast. So you know how she get around. But I'm sure she was sitting in her semicircle. That's the only time she can get around. White people take everything black people create and say it's theirs, but then get upset when black people strut and do woos like Ric Flair. We create and move the cultures. White people take our culture. They try to improve our dance, music, and food. But everybody knows if we really wanted to, we could take over nudes. I'm talking about Playboy, King Magazine. Hell, we could even go to porn. White people would take it to the extreme and get an erection or orgasm off of some corn. Now, the kernels there, you know, me personally, I call them yellow bullets. But to piggyback off what she said, bo, 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 bow, you know, those are trash trailer bullets. Jay Rays said it right. They posted this with pride. Thinking Smack and ARP would see it and go, oh my. They got to be on Summer Madness. Max out 3. But all I saw in that rap battle was something I would find flavor free. Now, imagine if I really, really, really sat down and wrote something just to rebuttal all that crap she wrote. I would post it and you know, I won't go viral because I ain't nobody, but the fact that this white girl dressed up and had her girls dress up to do this, and the bars weren't even great. I'm almost curious to see what the other girl would have said. Yes, he did. Yes, Lee Hill. Elvis Presley stole most music from black folks. Yes, he did. That's why he ran back to gospel, so he could hide. But we know this. But speaking of oh, Congo is I think they got some act right. They're getting after white Jesus. Okay. I mean, it took y'all long enough. Let's see what she's saying.
I need you to
biso lisusu mwana na ye olobi ete ye nde azali nzambe ya mokili mobimba opesi biso buku oyo ezali mokanda ya kokosa biso bakoko na biso batangaki yango te kasi bayebaka komisalela moto oyo yo ozali komona ezali elembo ya makambo oyo osalaka mokolo ya lelo lokola yo tumbaki kipavita leneshi ye na ye lisusu kozonga lokola yo otumbaki biso bamama.
She got some bars. She got better bars than that white girl. And she's speaking a whole nother language. Dark skin brother, I'm sure you would smoke her under the table, kick gravity. No contest. Dude, I seriously, when I first saw this last week, I actually did a whole round for her. I just didn't write it. I didn't record it or write it down. I would have played it. But yeah. All that I just said before, that was all off the top of the head. That's why it sounded choppy like that. I was just thinking. Imagine if I really sat down and wrote one round on her. I would have destroyed her. About time they're waking up to the white Jesus scam. I mean, hey. That's a few. We still need the rest of the world to do that. Because we already know how Christianity get down, but we're not gonna go there because I'm sure there's some Christians in the room, and we're inching closer to Christmas, and they forget all about how much they hate white Jesus when they see that tree and the presents. But yeah, let's continue. What the hell happened to my bookmarks? Oh. It's right there. This is weird. Let me ask you a quick question before we do this next thing. Now, YouTube went and changed their layout again. Does it seem weirder to you, or is it just me? It seems like every 6 months they change the look of it. But yeah. What you see on the screen, folks, New York Post saw what we were saying online about Sesame Place and decided to do a whole article about it. So there's that. That's one of my favorite black chefs. This video.
Hi, hello. This is going to be shocking for many of you to hear, but did you know that black people are not the only race to have historically experienced slavery? I know this is shocking, but pretty much every civilization in the history of mankind, at some point, their ancestry owned slaves. Because slavery was a worldwide human rights issue for a very, very long time, for many centuries. So it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. Very likely at some point your ancestry down the line owned slaves. Doesn't make it right, but that was just the way of the world for a very, very long time.
I want y'all to go back in my archives. Go back. I forget. I think it might have been. It wasn't the Civil War show. It might have been the live stream I did before that. And I told y'all that them Asians were going to show their asses once Biden got in. When the night they got certified and Biden sat in Wilmington, Delaware, and portrayed to the entire world the vicious lie that black people were the reason why he got in, I told y'all, it wasn't them. It was them damn Asians. AAPI. People are still telling me 2 years later that I'm crazy. Now you're seeing it. I reported Asian Crime Report, that Twitter rag. I reported their tweet. Twitter won't take it down. So Twitter, you just helped create a video that I'm going to do later on them. I'm going to go in on them because they deserve it. But I also told y'all in that live stream that not only were the Asians going to come outside and be bold with their racism, that they weren't going to care who they pissed off. Once Biden said black people got him in, and then Kamala showed up acting like an Asian woman, praising them 500,000 East Lac Indians that were going to come over and gave citizenship to a few of her people on that stage. I'm just looking at people and I say, okay, keep calling me crazy. They're going to show they want to fight white people for the title of top racist. Dark skinned brother said, lady, has your kids ever been fed to alligators? Have they ever been hung from a tree? And that's just a few wicked things, lady. Don't compare yourself to us. Oh, no. They are comparing them. See, okay, I'm going to give y'all a little problem with, and it's something I mentioned at the beginning when I was, for those who came late, I talked about the United Justice Summit that I'm going to tomorrow. The first person on there was this doctor, Allie Benfield. I forget her last name. But anyway, might have been Norris, but whatever. She represents AAKOMA, which is a BIPOC mental health nonprofit. BIPOC, people of color, the third part of that. They deal with every color that's not white. That's who gets to talk. I knew BIPOC was going to be a problem when I first heard it. Ruben Faulkner, what's up? Gyrays said, I never hear Asians complain about white supremacy. Oh, no, they have been. They have been. Okay, folks, who wants me to get offensive? I feel like I need to get offensive here. I think I need to get offensive here, folks. Because at that point, after hearing that video, I just don't care. I'm going to get offensive. Dark skin brother, I kind of have to give you this. You're going to have to ride this with me a little bit. Pause. You brought up alligators. Miss, whoever the hell you are, Miss Asian lady. Troll, no. Not today. We're not doing this. Not today. You're going to try it. And I said, not today. You are not about to disrupt my show with your trolling. No, you don't. Go somewhere with your life. The troll is gone, Lee Hill. Don't worry about the troll. I got rid of him. He clearly is hot and needs to get laid. you need to go to Vegas for that and find some water. But lady, my man dark skinned brother mentioned alligators, which triggered me to pull up this oldie but a goodie. Instead of worrying about racism and which culture on earth has been enslaved, I think y'all in AAPI need to enact some legislation against tigers grabbing humans. I think that's a problem, human trafficking via tigers dragging people into jungles. We need the UN on this. We do. This has been a problem that's been going under the radar for a few years. We need to let y'all hold y'all own nuts on this, but we need y'all to figure this out before y'all start talking about enslaving people. So the tiger said, "Come here." So it was more than one time. See, they attack in packs. So apparently the backstory was she was arguing with her husband. She got out the car in the middle of a safari area and in the tiger section, and he took it. They were planning on getting a divorce. This is at least what I read. And yeah. So that was his wife that first got dragged away. He tried to go get her, but I guess he tried to kick the tiger and get her back, but he must have saw the other tiger. That's the mom. That the truck the truck that you're seeing is one of the zookeepers. They had to go put down the tigers after this. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to figure that out before y'all come over here and try to insert yourself in the slavery talk. Raja from Aladdin. His cousins are a little wilding out over there. They're a little wild. Shit. Yeah, y'all got to talk to their representative, Shere Khan. If y'all need, I could put in a call to Baloo in them. Maybe not so much Mowgli. Mowgli looks like he'll gum up the works, but I'll talk to Baloo in them. Baloo always be smiling. He might be able to get in the room and get something done. I need y'all to do that. I'm gonna need y'all to do that. Because you coming out here running your goddamn mouth about slavery, you know nothing about slavery. Not near piece of racism. Get some. See, y'all need to do that too. Yeah, y'all need to. Yeah, y'all need to get that. Y'all need to get that fixed up over there. Y'all got to see this one. I think the animals over there are turning on the AAPI. I think they are. Yeah. We gonna need that heat. Yeah. We need all this. We need y'all to focus on this first. Yes, sir. Hey, y'all laughing. Yeah, get some. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think they were Spanish anyway, but y'all ready? Y'all ready to laugh? Let's laugh. Get some. Get some. Yes, sir. Get some. Put your shirt on, sir.
Ya me dio miedo.
Come here. Yes, sir. Yeah, before y'all start talking about racism, I don't care who you are. Y'all need to get back one with nature. Because nature been kicking everybody's butt except black people. That should tell y'all something. Oh, we're going to get to this video in a second. But let's laugh some more. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You love to see it. Yes, sir. You love to see it. Replay. Oh, Hardy. Hardy.
Shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the immortal words of Jim Cornette, at least the kid sold it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a beautiful piece of tape. I laughed at that. Now, this one warms my heart. This little girl right here. This warmed my heart. Look at that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why did you do that? Oh, hell no. Why did you do that? Let's play it again.
Cars.
Yeah, this warmed my heart. I got a little girl. This warmed my heart. She shifting too. Come on, dog. Yes, sir. This is what we need. The next generation.
Okay, good. Okay.
There we go.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
When I saw this video, I wanted to get another stock car set.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I bet you right now she could change a tire faster than any Negro out here. I bet you she could. That warms my heart. I like that. I like seeing kids, black kids, generally smiling. But this did not make me smile. B-Zilla, you was wrong for this. You know you was wrong for this. But yes, we got to talk about this, folks. I'm getting on these Jamaicans and these Caribbean folk talking about hip hop. Now, Math Hoffa runs a podcast / show called, I think it's called My Expert Knowledge, where he sits in a barbershop, he brings guests on, they talk about a variety of topics. So this one came up about hip hop. I'm just going to let the clip speak for itself.
Y'all niggas bugging, I was waiting for this opening, and now I got it.
Oh, shit.
Do we need to speak about the Caribbeans in hip hop?
Yes. Yes, we do.
All the top rappers, most
of
of the top rappers are Caribbean descent.
Cool
all relevant.
is Caribbean.
That's right.
KRS is Caribbean.
Jay-Z.
KRS is Caribbean.
Fact.
Biggie Smalls is
Busta
Caribbean.
Rhymes. Busta
When
Rhymes.
you hear hip hop, you are hearing Caribbean music.
All right. But
remember what I said in that video? Every 3 to 5 days, this comes up. I don't know why. I'm not understanding why we're still having this conversation. We never said Caribbean people did not influence hip hop. We said they didn't invent it. And you're still coming outside on this. Now you've been reduced to naming rappers that have Caribbean lineage. This is how far you're going. Give it up. This is like T-Pain talking about Tupac would get eaten alive by today's rappers. And there's not only but two, and maybe Black Thought, who could defeat this man lyrically. Why do y'all still do this? Give it up. You're not going to win this. Math, when is the last time you won a battle, sir? Yes, I'm going there. Math Hoffa, when is the last time you won a battle? And I'm talking about convincingly. Not a debatable. I'm going to leave it alone, sir. I'm going to leave this hip hop topic alone because I'm tired of talking about it. We got to talk about this, though, folks. So, I know Lee Hill. I know. They're just pissed that Sugar Hill Gang are not a bunch of Caribbeans. That's why they're mad. One of the greatest hip hop songs ever created was not created on the island. I know what the problem is, folks. I wasn't supposed to tell you this, guys. You know, being a Caribbean and all. I wasn't supposed to tell you this. But I know the reason why the Caribbean folk are pissed off. I know why. Would y'all like to know why? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why they're pissed off. And why they keep trying to claim hip-hop every 3 to 5 days. Put a 1 in the chat for me. I get 3 ones, I'll tell you. And 1 can't be from the troll, who I got rid of. Lee, you got to put in a 1. Okay, I got 4. I got 3. Okay. Y'all want to know the reason why Caribbeans still are trying to claim hip-hop every 3 to 5 days? Because they're pissed, folks. They're pissed. This has been a long-standing thing. They were never... This sentiment came out about... I want to say 15 years ago. It wasn't supposed to be known. No, I tell a lie. It was actually 19, almost 20 years ago. This sentiment came out. They got pissed off. They got pissed off because a rap song included Caribbean culture into it and became a nice little banger. And they got no credit for it. So they're upset. So they're trying to reclaim hip hop because they just want this particular one song to be the definition of hip hop via Caribbean influence. And that song, folks, is Caribbean people are pissed off that 50 Cent created PIMP and used steel drums through the song and it became a club banger. And they're mad because he did not shout out Caribbean people in the song. This is why they're upset, folks. I wasn't supposed to tell you this. I understand you guys in the FBA probably shaking your heads and like, listen, that is a very petty excuse. But that's how, you know, especially the Jamaicans. They're very mad. You know, that the steel drum is an essential part of Caribbean heritage. And for 50 Cent, that guy, to disrespect the steel drum and using it in a song about pimping women, it just got their goat. It got their curry goat. It rolled up their roti. It shook their souse. The people on the island, they were furious. They held a secret commission, folks. Yes, they did. You weren't supposed to know that. See, you guys don't read the Caribbean newspapers. You weren't supposed to know that. I'm here. I'm B1. I have to tell y'all the truth. That's why they're really mad. PIMP used steel drums, and they got upset because everybody loved the song, and they got no credit. But let's keep going. Got to talk about this. The Caribbean people. Now, FBA, ADOS have been talking for years about how the Caribbean delegation comes to the country and does not pay homage. They want to play the takeover. They think they're Jay-Z. They want to play the takeover. Well, from what we have seen about Nigeria and South Africa, and now Kenya has piped up and said, Nigerians, if y'all come in legally, it's cool. If you don't, it's not. Go back. Papa Hotep, hello. Happy Friday to you too, sir. Well, we have ourselves a little brewing problem in the Bahamas. Bahamas being so close to Florida and them. They're having a problem with the Haitians coming over here as well. I guess if they can't get to America, they'll just stop off at the Bahamas. Now, this guy is called, I think, Mr. Robinson. I think that's what they call him down there. He had a message for the Haitian people about, immigration and what goes on in the country when they interact with the Bahamian people. Would y'all like to hear this? Of course you do. Let's hear what he has to say.
A Haitian walking in that forest with a chainsaw is illegal.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds strange, eh? I can show you all that in the law. So the Haitian is there, like we saw him the other day on a bicycle with a chainsaw. That's illegal. You can stop him.
What if he
Even if he didn't do anything yet. If he has a chainsaw and he attacks you,
You got a right to defend yourself.
You got a right to defend yourself. If he attacks you and he has a chainsaw, kill him. The penal code, section 108 and 109, gives you that authority.
You're gonna tell me twice.
All right? If they attack you. Not if they're innocent and ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
If they attack you, you kill them. We are going to defend our country.
Sounds like a little radicalization is happening in the Bahamas. The chess game for the hearts of Black America, even though this is in America, but it's a chess game. People are trying to gatekeep their culture. I don't hear too much outrage about this. I don't. Is it because it's in the Caribbean? Nobody cares? It's probably it. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get to you, Roland, before I get up out of here. Oh, I gotta finish you, sir. But yeah. So Mr. Robinson is telling Bahamian people to preserve your culture. I don't hear anybody saying anything really about this. Outside saying that the guy's he's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But Aboriginal woman said it best. You have a problem with FBA. Yes, sir. They have a problem with FBA sitting there saying we're trying to gatekeep our culture. Why are y'all coming at us? As I said in the Jamaican video, you cannot come from another land and trivialize what FBA is doing. All FBA is saying, you come here, you pay homage. You come here, you can stay in your enclaves. But if you plan to break bread with us, you better come like you're going to the welfare office. You better get off your high horse. Leave us alone. Because I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of FBA have been to Jamaica and never went and pissed on Garvey's picture, pissed on his legacy. They may not all agree with what he was doing, but they respected the fact that he was allowed to do what he did and go back and try to educate his people. They wouldn't go to another foreign land and desecrate what he built. Same thing with Bob Marley. Would never do that. But y'all come to this country very arrogant and want to take over the place. Well, now you're seeing other countries saying, we're not playing this game. Now, you done saw it with the Dominicans and the Haitians. Now you're seeing it with the Bahamians and the Haitians. It's okay to go to somebody else's land, but know the rules of the game before you get there. When I did that story months ago about that Tanzanian chick who decided to twerk on that memorial in Russia, and now she looking at this motherfucker. Oh, Lord have mercy. These trolls, boy. Hey, trolls, if you this hot, that means your computer is making your room hotter. Go do something. Go outside. Go get some exercise. Jesus Christ. I don't get this. These trolls, boy. I don't know. And he came back again. I guess YouTube just doesn't want to... Whatever. I'll leave it. But anyway, like I said, you go to somebody else's country, pay homage. Learn the game before you get learned by the game. And now the game is learning a whole bunch of Caribbeans and Africans. But it is what it is. But before I go, folks, got to talk about
with the Newsweek article on HBCU.
Carl Winslow. Not Carl Winslow. Carl Winslow. A.K.A. Fat Boy Roland Martin. Decided to go back FBA B1 ADOS again because he ain't got nothing else to do. And he has the same panel of idiots on there who think they know everything, know nothing. And now he know better because he got ripped up by myself, Torian, and I think Beatzilla says some, and some other people, and Jason, and Tariq. Now he just goes in Twitter space and just acts as a listener. He don't even talk no more. But he said this last week, folks, and I still don't understand why we even came up. But this is what he said.
With the Newsweek article on HBCUs, I bet you ain't covered this. I said, you.
Now, first off, I just got to talk about the t-shirt. No voice equals no vote. I mean, no vote equals no voice. Negro, sir. Okay. Again, because I don't know what happened, Roland. I mean, maybe you eat too much, my G, and it affects your brain that holds short-term memory. But, sir, I seem to recall us saying, with collective voices, if y'all don't do something and get Chauvin in custody, the cities will burn. And we watched for about 3 months major cities during the pandemic burn. We didn't have to vote for that. We have just witnessed New York City repeal their Belle Biv DeVoe requirements to get into restaurants. People didn't vote for that. They exercised their voices. People make conscious decisions to show these politicians we necessarily don't need you for everything. We can make our own decisions. You're just there to lobby for our interests. You're not supposed to have power over us. Guess who started doing that? That's right, Roland. Black people. Specifically, the black grassroots. The black grassroots got a lot of things shaking the last decade because a lot of us said, yeah, we can go vote, but with social media and all this, we can just use our voice to inspire people, to get people to act, which is what we've been doing. So for you to go on this show and talk about no voice, no vote equals no voice, you're still trying to operate under the old system because these idiots still aren't going to really put you on TV. Now that you're going back on MSNBC, you think that you're into something. No, sir. You're about to learn. I don't know why Twitter keeps doing this. You're about to learn very quickly that you're irrelevant to a point that it'll finally dawn on you that you're irrelevant. But let's continue.
I bet you ain't covered this. I said, you dumbasses. We debunked that stupid article 9 months ago. But see, this is what happens when y'all keep following behind people who, first of all, ain't real journalists. Former pimps.
Come on.
Tariq.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Call the roll.
Folk who hide their face.
Jason Black. Professor Black Truth. And notice, folks, he don't ever say Professor Black Truth's name because he knows what's going to happen.
Folk who got bad lace fronts.
We know who that person is. They don't get any run on this channel.
Oh.
Folk who ain't never been to journalism school.
That's all of us in New Black Media, but he doesn't want to say that name because he knows people will search it out. Which, by the way, if you go in his comment thread, they've been destroying him on every one of his uploads. People have seen through it. They just go in there now just to troll him.
But they want to call themselves New Black Media. This is what happens when you are real black-owned media.
Okay, Negro, if you're black-owned media, Negro, why are you begging for donations from your people, from your crowd to fix your van? See, black-owned media, you wouldn't have to beg for this money to fix your van. Your people would have rallied against, your people would have rallied around you. And I know that'd be a lot of people with your fat ass, but they would have rallied around you and said, okay, Roland, what's your Cash App or your PayPal? The money will be in there in 20 minutes of you uploading. You would have hit your goal in 20 minutes of putting up that picture. Hopefully the young man is faring well. Because, see, when Jason Black did his documentaries and his billboards, people showed up and gave him money. Tariq, the museum, gave him money. For the documentaries, gave him money. I'm pretty sure if Professor Black Truth wanted to do a special project and he said, listen, I don't usually ask y'all for money. You know me, but, you know, all this money that I'm going forward with is going towards this project. He would get more money than he gets usually because their work validates people's trust to allow money to be rolled off from their wallets and purses to these people. But again, you had to go beg on Facebook for people to send you money to go fix your van or buy a new one. But you're talking about journalism school. Sir, Jason Black went to the Unite the Right. You weren't there, and you stay in D.C. I still don't know why they're doing this. Tariq was in Ferguson. So was Jason Black. Again, I was at the Capitol the day of that siege. I was there. My own money. I filmed. It got cold. Before they went inside, I left. You were in D.C., sir. You could have went. You were down the street. You didn't go. Or these three coons you got on the panel. They weren't there either. You had time to go to Texas and cry in your van watching black people go into a church to vote in 2020. But you weren't down there for Uvalde. I would have respected it if you would have went down to Uvalde. I would have respected it. I'd have said you were coon for not going to Buffalo, but I would have respected it because you at least show you were doing on-the-ground reporting. Dark skinned brother, I'm just gonna let the troll ride. I'm not even gonna bother. But y'all want to talk about people that didn't go to journalism school. Sir, Stephen A. Smith is a journalist. He's been one for over 30 years. There's boys on Twitter and Instagram that outscoop him. It happens. Yes, sir. Rolling the road is so outdated. This is the technology era. Even if, since that is true, even still, would be better for him. He has more resources than most people. He can go to these places. His ass was in New Orleans just now at the Essence Festival. So you went there, sir. But you couldn't find time to get up to Akron, Ohio to go see what was going on with Jalen Walker. And I'm pretty sure that's an easier ride from Washington to Cleveland than going to Washington to New Orleans. But you want to talk about people that didn't go to journalism school. Maybe you don't know, but journalism today is not what it used to be. Anybody could be a journalist. There's so many independent media outlets right now. Anybody could say they're a journalist. If that's what you want to do, then the Shade Room is a journalism site. So is Media Takeout. But let's continue.
You ain't covered this. I said, you dumbasses.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Call the roll.
And then come on, Negro.
Folk.
I still don't understand. So this come on, Negro, the one underneath Roland, this Negro got all these books and still uneducated. I don't get that. And then this chick over here, I swear I think she's Caribbean. I could see it in her face. I see the Caribbean in her face. And she looked like Tamar Braxton, but you know, why does Twitter do this? I don't understand why they do this. I don't understand why they're doing this.
I bet you ain't covered.
Oh.
Folks, this is what happens when you are real black-owned media. When you got journalistic credentials. When you know how to research. When you know how to lay things out. And by the way, there's nothing that we've done today that is in defense of Democrats.
That's right.
Today is in defense of the truth.
That's right.
It is the truth. And so if you're sitting out there right now and you holler intangibles and you say you want a bill that's specific with the news.
Okay. Okay, so this is it. Okay, thanks, B. Dill. I thought this was random incident. Appreciate you saying that. Okay. Let me get this fool off before this thing does it again. But he talk folk. This man makes it too easy. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah. 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 NYPD can now smoke marijuana legally and will not be tested. And of course they won't. But yes, folks, before I get out of here, Roland, you talk about research, sir. You talk about real journalism. Sir, you watch Jason Black. We know this. You watch this Jason Black every Saturday and Sunday. Put up articles, videos of his subject matter. So people can read along and know where he got it from. Because he wants to be held accountable for what he says. So if someone tries to challenge him, all he has to say is, well, look, this is where I got it from. I'm just giving you an opinion on it. You can go and decipher it any way you want. Tariq does the same thing. Professor Black Truth does the same thing. I do the same thing. Beatzilla does the same thing. Torian, Afro, Black Alpha Network. They use people's words against them to try to educate the people. Queen Ahmadiyya does the same thing. ZZ does the same thing. All of us in New Black Media do the same thing. We present y'all the articles. All we do is read it and give you an opinion on it. You can go interpret it however you want. So for you to sit up there and say we don't do real journalism and we don't have you're pissed off that you have a press pass and we don't. Sir, you should be glad we don't have press passes. Because a lot of us in New Black Media can actually afford a press pass. I looked up press passes. They're not terribly expensive. If I really wanted to, I could go get one by the end of the year, which would get me into places that you can get into. But I bet you if I did that, I would outscoop you on everything. We are very researched out here. That's what makes you mad. We're very researched and the people trust us. Or else they wouldn't come and frequent our content. But the last part I want to get in on you on, you're talking about yelling tangibles. And then when the clip cut off, I heard the rest of it. They said, you said something about, do you have the, and you said this in the Twitter space too, do you have the legislation and the votes and the people to back that up? Yes. We do. We just had a candidate that was thoroughly vetted. Spent 6 months upsetting the apple cart. Even though your new BFF, Stephen Hunter Johnson, tried to diminish that and dismiss it. Then when he got called out on it by the black grassroots and B1 and FBAs and ADOS, he walked it back. Now he trying to sound like us. Which, by the way, FBA, I need y'all to be on the lookout for this. That man's not only a lawyer, his law office and his company specialize in intellectual property. So, I don't know. Get to Tariq and make sure he has the copyright on FBA. I don't know if it's copyrighted. I don't know that. But if it isn't, tell Tariq to get in on that. Because it'd be a damn shame if that man sits there and tries to profit off foundational Black American. And he holds the trademark. That would be a damn shame. But back to what I was saying. We watched Marcel for 6 months scare the hell out of people in Washington. That's a hell of a step. You're watching right now in real time. Every time we say something, it gets blown up. People pay attention. Yes, we have a lack of credible politicians right now that will advocate for our interests. We understand that. But our voices are making moves. The Black grassroots are the talking point. There's your infrastructure, sir. If you're cool with the Black grassroots, you can advance. If you're not cool with it, we're going to thoroughly vet you and we're going to destroy you. And right now you're feeling the heat and you can't stand it. You, Stephen Hunter Johnson, Uncle Luke, y'all can't stand it. This Tara Perry chick who, all I'm going to say about that chick is she should be lucky that when she came to Georgia, she didn't get clapped. That's the only thing I'm going to say. I ain't going to say nothing else. Because the way I'm hearing what went down with that, she showed up at that man's house. Dude, she could have lost her life. That's all I'm going to say. Did you watch Tariq on No Jumper? Awesome. Yes, I did. I did watch it. I think, and I'm sure I'll get co-signed on this, I think we set the foundation for 2024. I believe the plan is to watch how November works. Because I already know, I see Armageddon happening. The white folk in here are turning conservative. The white liberals, they becoming conservative. I already see it happening. The big cities, the white liberals ain't changing. We already know this. Hell, and then where I live, everybody talking about voting for Stacey Abrams. Makes no sense. But I don't think she's going to win. Because, again, as much as they dislike what the GOP has done with the Trump thing, I don't see, outside of Atlanta, Savannah, Macon, and Augusta, I don't see them putting Stacey in power. I don't. I still got 3 months, so I'm gonna make sure she's unvotable, especially when she did that coon thing with Big Tigger. But we've seen the change happening. I think black folks are finally saying we got to think long term. See, it's easy to stop somebody when they do a short term move. It's easy to just change the game. But if they don't know the long play and they can't adjust for it, we're good. So the plan is to upset 2024 because we already know the GOP is going to make Biden lame duck. And they're going to try to reverse as much as what he's done over the first 2 years before 2024 because they got to make sure the GOP get back in. Our best move, folks, is to make sure you prep. Physically, intellectually, politically, and economically. Those 4 aspects. Make sure you got your supplies on hand. Make sure your power tools are oiled down real nice so they work when you need them. But you got to start really politicking black. Because once the GOP get in, They're going to make their moves to correct what Biden and them have done. But they're going to also make sure to put out the smoke signals that we want to break bread with black folks. We can't fall for that game. If they're not genuine and we thoroughly vet, they don't get the vote. Fuck them. We can't play lesser of two evils anymore. Now Herschel Walker and that coon worth nothing. Lord have mercy. That debate on October 18th is going to be hilarious. I might have to go live and I might have to translate for the folk. But 2024 is the goal. Tropical People and Places TV. What's up? What is Biden and Democrats doing for black people? The same thing that Obama did. Give us a false sense of security and then show us that they were really not for us. That's what he's doing. He used us for the vote and then to prop up Asian people. Again, NBC put it out there, interviewed Asian people and said they were coming. That woke me up. I said, Jesus Christ. They're trying to replace us. And again, people still want to say it was black folks. And Stacey still wants to run around and say it's black folks. Yeah, but they got $50 million. Black people still have nothing on the books. He still hasn't given Ice Cube the Zoom link. We have 2 years, folks. We have 2 years. And just for y'all, so y'all don't, so when your people, you show this to your people and they hear me say that and say that I was telling lies, dun, 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 send this to your people. How Stacey Abrams has been mobilizing Asian Americans for years, but y'all swear up and down she for you. Abrams has long been unrecognized for engaging with the Asian American electorate, targeting them when many politicians continue to treat them as virtually invisible, experts say. Number one, see, they already lied in the article. Asian people have been on record saying they do not like voting in general elections. They rather vote for their own local interests. And they put their perfect politicians in place that they are able to lobby for it, but you'll never hear about it. 2020 was interesting. 2020 actually hurt them because they exposed themselves. So make sure y'all take that screenshot and send it to your people. But anyway, let me get up out of here. I talked long enough. But Stacey, one of the elders want to say something to you.
This is a sick Negro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Muhammad. I'd like to thank all of y'all for joining me on this early afternoon edition. I'm going to, like I said, go to that summit tomorrow. I will be going live before I get there. When I get there, see if I can get on one of them Q&A panels and see if I can ask some questions, see if I could corner some of these people and probably get some quotes on the record. And who knows, if I get back early enough and relax a little bit, you may hear me on Jason's show tomorrow. You might. I'm going to have to use the other phone because my iPhone, it doesn't hear in the top part, and you know how Jason is with the speakerphone, and I ain't trying to get yelled at. B1, Beatzilla, B1 to the family, B1 to the family. But yeah, that's gonna be an interesting day tomorrow. And then I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of the time with family and friends here in New York. Wish it was a little cooler, but it is what it is. Oh, but yeah. B1 RG Titan, B1. Make sure y'all share the show, share the videos, the past few videos. Go see T-Pain and tell him, don't you ever disrespect Tupac's name again. And Beatzilla, you might have to call up the homies over there and tell them, listen, T-Pain might not be able to play in LA and Oakland for a little bit. I was trying to find Black Voltron Reloaded. He was probably still yelling. But, hopefully all y'all are safe out there, staying cool. If y'all got central air conditioning, I found a hack. They say to wash it down with a hose because there might be mud in there. Help save your power bill. And I think that should be it. Right? Yeah. Should be it. And yeah, I will see y'all next Thursday. Probably be evening again because we're getting back Wednesday. And I know my boss, he probably put me on Thursday. As soon as I get back, don't even give a nigga a day of rest. So it might be an evening show again. So be safe out there. Yes, I will be safe out there. Even though it's like 100 degrees today, I will be safe. I know how to stay cool. Plus, we're black people, so, the sun loves us. Maybe I let my sun all glistening. Let the females that are not my wife, let them look, but don't let them touch. Don't let her know I said that. But, yeah. For everybody that I talked about today negatively, one more time, because this is coming. Coon, you know what this is? No, what? Negro wake-up call. Your Negro wake-up call is coming. Hey, y'all, take care. Stay safe. I'm out.